Hey there, this is Ian with Footpath Marketing. In this video, we're going to look at why search remarketing with Google AdWords is such a powerful tool to help boost the number of conversions you get every month with your AdWords campaign. For those that aren't familiar with search remarketing, here's the idea. I'm going to do it in a text notepad for you here. Person one visits your site and doesn't convert. Okay? They go away, they do some more research maybe, and then they come back and same person one does another search for something to do with your industry. Now, if you've got things set up right up here, right, and you have what's called the Google remarketing tag on your website, then you can actually tell Google AdWords to give you an audience of everyone who's visited your site in the previous, let's say 30 days. The duration that you want is going to be totally based around what the sales cycle is for your business. You know, we do some Google AdWords for some home renovation companies, bathroom renovations, things like that, and the sales cycle is long. It can be up to like 180 days, so we make the audience longer. But let's keep it 30 days, for example. So what you can now do is if person one visits your site, and then they leave your site, and then they go out and do some more research, and then they go back and do another search for something similar to what they searched for the first time, you can make sure they see another ad for your business, right? I'm going to explain how this works, and you're going to see in a moment the power of it because it may not make complete sense here, but let's take a look. So we're looking at an example AdWords account here. We've got two campaigns. You see we've got the main one, and then we've got what's called search remarketing. You're going to notice that the clicks are a lot higher in the regular one. We call this a cold campaign. So this is being shown to people who have not engaged with this business in the last 30 days. A lot more impressions, right? And say with the search remarketing, you can see we've got fewer clicks, fewer impressions. So what's the difference here? So if we go into this regular search campaign, what we're going to see is over here, we're going to look at this audiences link here, right? We click this. This is something you may not have noticed before, right? As we click this, zoom out here, there we go. So audiences, I'm not targeting any audiences, right? I'm targeting everybody. So what that means is I'm not saying like only give me people in a certain age or a certain interest, but I do have an exclusion here. I'm excluding all visitors. And the all visitors audience is an audience that Google AdWords makes for you when you install the Google remarketing tag, and it's people who visit any page on your website in the last 30 days. Okay, so if you visited this business's website in the last 30 days, and you do a search for anything that shows up in these ad groups, this campaign will not trigger because we're saying exclude those people. Why are we doing that? The reason is because those people have a higher value to us than people who have never visited our site before, right? The whole idea, you've probably heard it before, people need to see your ads, 7 times before they recognize you or anything like that. The premise is the same. Here, when we're looking at Google AdWords, this first campaign, it gets conversions, but it brings people into the world. It lets them see that business for the first time. But we'd be naive to think that we should only run this campaign because there's people that are going to go away and do more research. There's people that are going to go away and go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to other places to learn about this industry or these products or these services or this solution. So that's why we have search remarketing. We're going to click on this. This is more or less a mirror image campaign of the first one I just showed you. But if we go over and click audiences, what you're going to see is now we're targeting, right, audiences. The audiences in this campaign that are set, all visitors, right? So what we're doing is if someone in this all visitors audience, so someone who's been to our website in the last 30 days, does a search for any of the words we're targeting in AdWords, this campaign is going to be triggered. So what does this mean? A couple things. First thing it means is if you have a low budget to work with and you're not getting all the impressions for your ads that you could, so if you're only bidding $20 a day, and what you can actually do is if I go in here and you go to, let's just take a look here. I gotta go to keywords and I'll show you how this can work. Search keywords, and we're gonna zoom out a little bit. We're gonna add in a column here, and we're gonna look at, you can go modify columns, performance, and we're going to look at impressions. We want average, where's that here? Keywords. I'll show you on an ad group level actually, a little bit easier. Ad groups. Okay, we'll go up here, modify columns, performance. I may already have it up here. I want impression share. Search impression share. There we go. They must have moved it. Oh, it's under competitive metrics now, search impression share. I thought it was under performance. Okay, I'll show you what this is. Okay, so now we've got this column over here, right? Search impression share. So what this is saying is that for this word here, or for these ad groups, you can see 57% of the searches for that ad group we're getting a share for. 90% of them in this we're getting the share for, right? 85, 77, 36. The higher these numbers are, the better, because that means we're not missing out on potential conversions. What happens is when you're really low, so what is this? This is a no, so this particular ad group kind of makes sense because it's a high volume. But the higher this is, the better. That means you're really maximizing the chance of getting conversions. If you're only, what this number means is that only 36% of the actual searches in that ad group is your keyword or ad being triggered, right? So by creating a search remarketing campaign, what you can then do is up your budget or up your bids to make sure that you A, appear higher, and B, appear more often, right? So setting up that same sort of system, setting up a cold search campaign like we've got here, and then duplicating it and having a search remarketing campaign and targeting people that have just recently come to your website will drastically increase the conversions you're able to get and also increase your brand awareness to make sure more people see your stuff. So that's a quick little hack for how you can boost your results you see with AdWords search. Do the same thing with display as well, but it's more for another video. So thanks and have a great day.